Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. Well, this week is a special double upload week around J Scott Beauty. Yes, I'll still be having my Friday upload, but today's video is in honor of our high holiday. It is the Sephora Spring Savings Event. As most of you know, the savings event starts on April the 5th. That's for Rouge members and all things Sephora collection. It runs until the 15th of April. However, if you are a VIB or an insider, it starts on the 9th. Sephora collection will be 30% off the entire time. For Rouge, you get 20% off the entire time. For VIB, you get 15% off from the 9th on. And for Insider, you get 10% off from the 9th on. But just remember, if you're shopping online, you need to enter the code YAYSAVE, one word. All right, I have a bucket full of stuff that we need to get to. But if you're new to my channel, hello, my name is Jennifer. I'm into all things hair, skin, and makeup. And if you are too, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you are notified every time I upload a video. Like today. Today's an off day for me. All right, you guys, let's start out with my favorite palettes of recent. I have two eyeshadow palettes. The first and most recent is the Makeup by Mario. It's the Master Mattes, the Neutrals palette. I've fallen in love with this. This is the perfect, like everyday, like any girly can make this work palette. Everything is perfectly neutral, but perfectly balanced. Like every shade goes together beautifully. I could go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. If you don't have any Makeup by Mario palettes, this one is a perfect place to start. If you don't have the original Master Mattes, I highly recommend that. Listen, I need to like stop trailing off and like recommending on top of recommends. Let me just say you cannot go wrong with any of the Mario eyeshadow palettes. But let me just say real quickly, this blends so beautifully. The colors are like universally flattering. I just think this is a smash hit of a palette. I friggin' love it. And then the Natasha Denona, oh my God, this was like a damn dream come true. These shades are like entirely me. I've used this a ton and you can't even tell. You only need to do like the slightest tap into any shade and boom, you get beautiful color payoff, beautiful blendability. Everything is silky, easy to use. It is more than I ever expected from Natasha Denona because some of her palettes worked for me and some of them, the shades were just never quite right for my skin tone. This, I think, is beautiful for everybody. And just a quick aside, I stand by all of my previous like Sephora what you should buy videos for any of the savings events. So if you want, there'll be a playlist. You can like click on that to see like some of the other products from years gone by. But pretty much they're all products I continue to use. If you can't tell, this is going to be in just the most randomness of orders. I'm just picking things out of my bucket. So this is Body. This is from Ren. I have talked about this before. This is the AHA Smart Renewal Body Serum. It's AHAs for your body. So getting rid of those dull, dry skin cells. And here's the thing for me, obviously I'm getting older. My skin is getting older looking in some areas. And the most random thing happened a few weeks ago, well, maybe 2 months ago. I just kind of looked at my arm when it was like bent and in like this crook area in here. I looked and what flashed before my eyes was like the image of my grandmother's arm inside of there, and it was like crepey. Now my grandma passed over 20 years ago. I haven't thought about the inside of her arm in more than 20 years, but for some reason it flashed into my brain because I was starting to get crepey there and I freaked out. So I knew I needed to keep using my AHAs, but much more diligently on my body. And this one here is my absolute favorite. It's a serum. I do use it with a lotion on top of it because it can feel a little tacky, but it gives beautiful results in keeping your skin soft, smooth, and hydrated. That's another one of the benefits of AHAs is the hydration that it puts into your skin. However, getting rid of that crepiness is most effective when you use it in conjunction with a retinol. Now, you do not use them on the same day. Maybe your body can tolerate it, but I don't recommend using two actives that are, kind of strong on the same day. I alternate, and for me, the Necessaire, the body retinol is incredible. Yeah, the bish is pricey. I think it's like around $50, $55, but you do get 5.1 ounces. I use one pump for each arm, and I use it probably 2 to 3 times a week because I'm also using this on alternating days, and then there's some other, retinol / AHA body lotions that I use also. But my actual actives are these two, and I can tell you, maybe I can show you. Let's see, can you see it? There's no crepiness in the crook of my arm. It's gone. And I had seen recommendations from both Dr. Sam Ellis and from Alex Paget. She is the owner, founder of the Educated Mess skincare brand. Alex had talked a while ago about what an effective body retinol this is. The actual formulation and the delivery system of this retinol she felt was top notch. So this is why I've stuck with this one. I don't see myself leaving this anytime soon. And Dr. Sam Ellis had talked about the importance of making sure you use both of them to keep your body skin like tight, firm, keeping it from getting crepey, or if you are starting to get crepey, to help make the crepiness go away. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm living proof that it works. All right, I'll finish up with skincare because I don't buy a lot of skincare from Sephora. However, there's been a recent addition to one of the brands that has come to Sephora, and it's Dew Skin. I love Dew Skin. I've been using it for over a year. I can't tell you how many of these Instant Angel lipid-rich moisturizers I have been through. It's my go-to everyday moisturizer. I use it for daytime. I use it for nighttime. It's fantastic. And being able to get it at a discount, even better. Now, in addition to their moisturizer, they have a serum. This is their Deliverance Trinity Serum. And their hero ingredients are a cannabinoid complex, peptides, water lily, and niacinamide. This is a beautiful serum. It feels great going on. After using it for a few weeks, you notice that your skin has like a quality to it that it didn't have previously. It just changes the overall look of your skin in a very it's a noticeable way to you. You know, you're smoother, a little bit firmer, definitely hydrated, but there's just a quality to it. Like something just looks a little more. So I'm so glad I'm now able to get it in store. Not to mention, for those of you who are like trying to pare down your skincare system, the Dew Skin, as far as I'm concerned, is incredible for that. They also have an eye cream. It is their Oracle Eye Gel, I think is what it's called. It comes in this little component, so you think, oh my God, I'm gonna go through this in like a second. However, it lasts forever because you only need the tiniest amount. You pump a little bit on, dab, 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 dab. It's so nice. And then when you if you have their little iPads, you know, those little silicone jammers, if you put those on top and just let it sit for like 15 minutes, oh my God, your eye makeup looks so good. So to be able to get those three in store make me so happy, and I think it's worthwhile for you to check out. This one is probably not going to be a surprise because I do mention it in every one of my Sephora Savings event videos because I think it's just it's so worth the money. So Hourglass is such a pricey brand. However, these ambient light palettes they're phenomenal, especially if you have older skin. I have on right now, this is the Ambient Lighting Palette they come in 3 different shades. This is the shade that I have. It's the lightest one, of course. I actually have this center shade on my cheeks for a highlighter. I'll very often just take a fluffy brush and swirl it in here and just, put it all over the face for a nice light glow. What's nice about this is that it is not glittery at all, but you still get a gorgeous glow from it. You do not need to use a ton. It lasts a very, very long time. So the sticker shock is but being able to save money is super helpful, and the fact that it lasts forever makes it really worthwhile. And then, of course, many of you know I keep Ethereal Light in my collection because I love to use this all over the face as a finishing powder. It is just it gives your face this creamy airbrushed look without looking powdery or heavy. It just smooths and evens everything out. It's beautiful. I cannot be without it. I know I talk about them every single time we have one of these videos. And here's another one that I talk about every single time because it's worth it. It's the Givenchy Prism Libre powders. I have 2 shades. I have the number 3, the Rose, and the number 2, this is the Satin Blanc. I love using the Rose for under my eyes. That's what I use today. It's what I use most days. And actually I use it under my eyes, down the sides of my nose. I will use it in between my eyebrows, and sometimes just in this area of the cheeks, especially after I have set my face and I let it almost dry down. Then I go in with a little bit of powder because I don't like that to have any shine or to have my pores show through at all. This is amazing for just airbrushing your skin, making your pores disappear, but it is so lightweight, so finely milled. And then the shade number 2 for me is like a translucent shade. It is nice and light, so it's the right one for my skin tone. I use it all over the rest of my face very sparingly. I don't need a lot. Literally put my brush in just once and go around my face, and that's it. And even this amount of powder here is too much for my whole face. So yeah, it's pricey, but it lasts a long time because you need so little. And now it's all over me. Now, because Sephora does this event twice a year, there's a spring one and then the fall one. For the spring one, obviously, I like to look at what makeup I have and what makeup I'm going to want for the summertime, because that's what I'm going to focus on purchasing, things that I'm going to use spring and summer, obvi. And I had just recently done a video on Supergoop's new sunscreen. This is their Protect Tint. I currently have it in the shade 24N, although some of you nice friends out there suggested I give 20C a try, so I'll definitely be doing that. But I love this. This is such a beautiful sunscreen, tinted sunscreen. Many of you know I am not a big fan of American sunscreens. This is so nice. It didn't sting my eyes. The tint was actually nice. It comes in, I can't even remember how many shades there are. There's a lot of shades. It comes in 12, 14, something like that. The shade range is fantastic. And the shades are flexible, so don't freak out if you get one that's not exactly your skin shade, because they are flexible. It will blend easily. It's just nice to have something that is lightweight but protective for my skin. But if you're looking for something that is really going to stay on your skin in the hot, humid summer months, these are my two foundation picks. I had done a video on this Laura Mercier. This is the Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I think it was about a year ago I did this, and this foundation actually went viral a couple months ago on TikTok. They were like, ooh, there's this new foundation. That's the one thing about TikTok. They are always so slow to get on new makeup and skincare. It's the weirdest thing. But whatever. I had all summer to test and try this, and I loved it last summer. This was my go-to foundation because it definitely feels very lightweight, but it gives beautiful coverage. And it lasted all day long. It wasn't breaking up around my nose at all. It wasn't creasing, cracking anywhere. It's just such an incredible foundation for summertime. But if you want something that is heavy duty, and I don't mean heavy on the skin, but that you can wear, for me, I wore this walking around New York City in August for 4 days from Dior. This is their Backstage Face and Body Foundation. I use the shade 1.5N. This is that girl. If you are somewhere where it is hot and humid and you like to have a full face of makeup, no shade. I do too sometimes. The Dior will be your hero. And beside it being an incredible product that I've been wearing for years, what makes me super happy about this, almost all other foundations are 1 ounce or less. This one here is 50 mLs. It's 1.7 fluid ounces. 1.7. And it costs around, I want to say it's around $42-ish. So honestly, this is the bargain for foundation at Sephora. All right, now something new that I recently purchased from Urban Decay. This is their Big Bush Brow. I will try any new brow product that comes out on the market. And when I saw this in store and I was playing with it, I was like, oh, look at that. It's got little fibers in it. But when you look at the brush, there's not a shit ton of product on it, which most tinted gels, eyebrow gels, when you pull them out, there is so much product on there. And for my thin, fine brows, I usually end up getting way too much product all over, so I have to wipe it off on a tissue, which is fine, but then I'm wasting product. So this gives you the perfect amount on the brush. It has some fine fibers. I'm wearing it right now. Now, I actually prefer wearing this on my no makeup days. I'm loving it. I actually have it in the shade Taupe Trap. And I don't know if you can tell by looking at the brush, but this top row here is shorter bristles and the bottom row here is longer bristles. So that's for, different applications. If you read on the Sephora website or on Urban Decay, it'll tell you, I think it's you use the short bristles for when you're combing backwards, laying down that product and getting it on your skin. And then you flip to the longer side to do all the combing through. Now it's a decent hold, but beyond that, the color was really nice and it's a waterproof formula. So far, I'm loving this a lot. I would not normally wear this with a full face of makeup on its own. I would usually you know, use a pencil or something just to like fine tune everything, but I didn't today because I wanted you to see how nice and natural it looks. And obviously on a no makeup day when I'm not wearing foundation, I actually wore it with the skin tint and something else I'm going to show you in a minute. And it was the perfect no makeup makeup. So I'm glad Urban Decay is like finally getting their act together and putting out a couple products that are gonna interest people. At least I hope so. There was something else in this eyebrow line, but it didn't really, I wasn't like really intrigued by it, but I may go back and give it a second look. All right, so rounding out my no makeup face from Kelly Ray. This is their SoCal Super Bloom Lip Cheek Hydrating Soft Stain. So this comes in like 3 or 4 colors, and when you look at this, you're like, whoo, on my lips, on my cheeks. I know it's a little crazy, but it does stain. And I'm going to put it on my hand and it's immediately going to stain. But I want you to see, this is the shade. So yeah, it looks a little nuts. I will recommend that when you go to put this on your cheeks, you first go in with, you know, putting it on the back of your hand and then grabbing a brush, putting it on the brush, and then going on your cheeks. I wore that with the protectant one day. I let the protectant dry down. I put this on, and then I put a little bit on my lips. Oh my God, I loved it because it actually shears out very, very nicely and gives, well, let me see if I can show you here. See how it shears out, and it is just so pretty, and it keeps your cheeks looking glossy, but it doesn't feel sticky. It dries down nicely. And then of course, just putting a little bit on your lips just gives a little bit of a pop. It's so nice. Plus it has that like signature scent that the Kelly Ray products have. It's kind of like that kind of like coconutty summer scent. Love it. And I haven't really seen anybody talking about this too much lately. So I hope people will like jump on and get it. Look, it's already stained to the back of my hand. But like I say, I really hope people like jump on this because I think it is such a great product. And it's kind of inexpensive too. I think it was like around $19. And while we're on to Kelly Ray, their Surf Proof Setting Spray is one of my all-time favorites. I keep about 4 setting sprays in the rotation. They all have kind of a different purpose. The setting spray from Kelly Ray here, it's clean, hydrating, long wear. I don't care about the clean part, you know that. It's the long wear that I love. You do need to shake it up. It has a super fine mist. Look at that. I usually do like 5 sprays and my makeup is set. I have it on today and I'm going to be filming another video after this. I won't really have to touch up my makeup because this is so damn good. But I would be remiss to not mention from Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is everyone's OG favorite setting spray. What I love about it that's a little bit different than the Kelly Ray like sets my makeup as it is, whereas the Charlotte Tilbury like puts a glow back into your skin. So if you have a lot of powdery products on and you're like, ooh, she's looking powdery, just 3-4 spritzes of this on your face, let it dry down. Either use a fan to help it dry down or let it dry for a minute and then go back in with a little puff just to like touch up anywhere that you think it might like be, maybe you get too many droplets on or something. This just brings glow and life back into your skin without it making it like shiny or like over the top. This, we all know, is a hero and should always be in your makeup arsenal if you are like an over-the-top makeup lover like I am. This here is one of my favorite things to purchase during the sale, and it's perfumes. I love both the discovery sets and the travel sizes because it gives me a chance to like try them out, see how I like them, like get other people's, input. Like if my husband says, ooh, you smell good, then I buy the full-size bottle. That's just how that goes. But when I was in Sephora the other day, actually putting my personal shopping list together, I came across Henry Rose. This brand is by Michelle Pfeiffer, and I've seen it advertised for a couple years now. However, it hadn't been available in Sephora, so I hadn't purchased it. And I didn't want to buy perfume online. That's just not my, I can't do that. So far, I've been through all of the perfumes. I've tried them all on. For me, my favorite one is Queens and Monsters. Do they give a description on here? No. See, there's no description on here. There would be on their website of like what the scent is. For me, this is kind of it's floral, but when it dries down on the skin, there's a little bit of powderiness to it. It's sexy and like full smelling, but it's not like overwhelming, but it's also not like young and underwhelming. Do you know what I mean? Probably not. This for me, this is the one that I've been wearing and enjoying the most. So I think I may get a full size, although hubby hasn't said anything about it, so he hasn't noticed it. So I don't know. But like I say, I love buying these discovery sets because it allows me to get like a full like view of everything that's in the collection, how it smells on me, how it lasts on me, because a lot of times perfumes will change on you because of your chemistry. One thing that smells good on you doesn't smell good on me. We all know that. And these discovery sets are usually around $28, so then you can save another 10-20%, which is fantastic. The one that I did buy that I've been wearing like a lot from the 7 Virtues, this is Cherry Ambition. I flippin' love this. Now, I gotta say, I've never tried the Tom Ford, either of their cherry scents, only because at my store, they're always empty. So I'm like, I guess I don't need to smell it. But I smelled this one in store. Oh my God, it is so sexy cherry. I absolutely love it. And hubby did notice this one. I've actually layered it with, they have a vanilla. Yeah, I have a sample of the 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. These two layered together, gorgeous. So I will be picking up hopefully the Vanilla Woods in this size so I can continue layering them together. And if it becomes like one of my scents, then I'm gonna get the bigger bottle. But for me, buying scents at Sephora right now is the perfect time because I save so much money and perfume is expensive. I just love how I'm saving money, don't you? All right, so one of the things that of course I'm going to suggest to you is the new Patrick Ta blushes. I have the shade Not Too Much and I love it very much. I'm wearing it on my cheeks today. Of course, it's powder first, then you put the cream on top. The shade for me is perfection. I love it. Although I do understand that it is sold out on the website. I myself didn't check today to verify that. However, if you are shopping on the website, click for, pick up in store and you'll very often find it in stores near you. I'm lucky now because I have 2 freestanding Sephoras near me and I have, I think, 3 Sephoras in Kohl's that I can think of offhand. So if you are willing to say you're shopping on the app, but pick up in store, you can very often get things that are sold out online. And you cannot go wrong with a Patrick Ta blush. This here was like a new purchase for me from the Sephora collection. This is their Rouge Gel Lip Liner. I have it in the shade The Nudist. It's number 01. I love lip liners, but very often because I'm so pale, even like a pale pink can come off looking a little crazy and clownish. I usually have to manipulate it with like lipsticks and lip glosses. It's fine. Like I like to do that, but sometimes I want just a basic lip liner. This I came across and I was like, that is a really nice nude lip liner for someone of my skin tone. I have it on today. I like how it doesn't really stand out, but it just helps keep things crisp, especially since for lipstick today, I have on the YSL Rouge Volupté Shine in the shade 44. This is like my shade from them. I buy it constantly. It's not on my list for you guys, but it's what I have on today. That's the end of this one. Thank God I have another one in my purse. But this is just like the easiest pink for me. Fine, I'll put this on the list because I love it, but it's been on my list before. But I just think that being able to wear a light pink and having the right shade of a lip liner, these two work perfect for me. And I just like how they work together. The only thing I don't like is it's just like these like plastic twist ups, which it's hard to get a sharp point, but if you pull off the end here, it does have a little sharpener that you can sharpen. So, I mean, that's helpful, but it's the color I wanted. So, you take what you can get. All right, now this I will go to my grave saying the Laura Mercier. This is the translucent loose setting powder in Tone Up or the shade Rose. This for me is better than any other regular translucent powder because you know how very often they're like creamy yellow. This like light peachy pink is absolute perfection. I've dumped it everywhere again. It's absolute perfection for me and my skin. I love this so much. We all know that the Laura Mercier formula for milling powders is it's tip top. It's what every other brand aspires to because Laura Mercier does it right. But this shade in particular it's phenomenal. I like using it because it doesn't add any sort of white cast or, it doesn't tone down my makeup. It just blends in so beautifully. Now, the last 2 things that I will suggest that I always suggest you get from Sephora collection is their brushes. We can all always use new brushes. I know some of you are out there just working with 4 or 5 brushes. Like, kudos to you for being able to do your makeup that way. I have more than that. I just can't help it. I love brushes. I've been using them for so long. This here is their number 55. It's their powder brush. It's what I very often use for my translucent powder. I don't use giant powder brushes anymore because they take up too much space on my face, and I really try to be like very targeted and specific where I put color on my face. But for translucent powders, this is phenomenal. And you can tell I've had this for a very long time because it has the silver ferrule, and they don't make the brushes like that anymore. They're all just this like complete black component. Now, one of my favorite brushes is the number 47. This is the Pro Foundation brush. However, I think most of you know I love to use this for cream products on my face, especially for my cheek color and sometimes for cream bronzer. I just love the angle of this. I'm able to get just the right amount of product on here. It's not so big that I'm oversaturating it with product. It's just the best. And being able to save 30% off on their brushes, like, it's just so worth it. They last so well. Now, I could go on and on with like other brushes from other brands I like, other products that I like. You guys know that there's so many other things that I use and love, but these are like the ones that I think are fantastic for summertime, that are classic. Some of them that you just have to have, Hourglass, and like brands that are new to Sephora that are so worth it, like Dew Skin. But like I said, I absolutely stand by any of my previous videos that are for Sephora Savings Event because it's always products that are like very tested and true to me. Now, next week I will be doing a Sephora haul, so you'll be able to see all the things that I bought. There's not going to be many restocks from what you see here because everything I have pretty full, although there will be a couple things that I'm restocking. But there will be products in there that you haven't seen me talk about before. So it'll still be, I think it's going to be next Tuesday or Wednesday again. So it'll be while the sale is still going on. So if you want to see what I bought and get ideas about other things that you may want to get, then make sure you tune into that video next Tuesday or Wednesday. So that's why you need to make sure your notification is turned on for my videos. And of course, I'll have all these products linked in the description box below. All right, you guys, as always, I want to thank you so much for being with me. Happy shopping at Sephora, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.